Hey YouTube family and GN subs, there is a lot of good news for family petitions. Great stuff, new guidance. What if your I-130 has been pending way too long? There's new guidance on what you need to do. We're going to jump into it. My name is Humberto or Gray. You can get me at hrg@graylaw.com. A lot to unpack today, so let's get at it. All right, so there is a May 22nd, 2024 policy manual update on what you need to do if your I-130 has mistakes on it. It happens all the time. So what I'm going to do, let's pull up an I-130 here, okay? Now there's several really important sections that you need to pay attention to. First is the priority date on the upper left-hand side. That indicates the date of filing, and that's the date that you use to go to the visa bulletin to see if your case is current and you can file your adjustment of status or consular processing. So make sure that that is correct. Sometimes the date is wrong. It can cause problems, all right? All right, secondly, look here on the right-hand side at the classification. This one says husband and wife of a U.S. citizen. That is correct. Sometimes it's incorrect. It could be unmarried son and daughter of a permanent resident. It happens all the time. Now, if you see the section 201B, INA, that's the Immigration and Nationality Act, that's the section of law. You have to make sure that's correct as well. There are 4 different family categories, so you want to make sure that the section is correct, all right? Now, here's the third part of this notice. If you look, it says, you've indicated that your beneficiary is in the United States and wants to apply for adjustment of status. Very important that that's correct. That could save you a lot of money. So let's say you want to consular process and you don't want to adjust and pick up the green card in the US. You want to pick up the green card over at the US consulate. In order to get it to NVC, to go to the consulate, you have to file an I-24. That's money. It takes time. You lose 8 months. So what do you do if you have mistakes on these I-130s? Immigration, again, in this policy manual, you can quote May 22nd policy manual. You write to the service center that adjudicated your petition and you tell them specifically there is a mistake on this approval notice and they will correct the mistake without charge, okay? That's good stuff. Before we had to file I-24s, we had to do a lot of different things. It caused a lot of delay in the adjudication of the petition. So that's some good news. All right, another bit of good news. AILA has contacted USCIS. If there is a delay in adjudication of your I-130 petition, what do you do, okay? This is really important. For immediate relative I-130 petitions, that is husband, wife, or if you are a child under 21 of a U.S. citizen, it's an immediate relative petition. There's no waiting period. Those petitions must be approved within 14 months. If the I-130 is under another category, for example, unmarried son and daughter of a permanent resident, married son and daughter of a U.S. citizen, unmarried daughter of a U.S. citizen, first preference, those adjudications obviously take longer. The time period that USCIS has suggested before you contact them is 24 months. That's 2 years. Now, here's a caveat. If you have a petition, for example, let's say you have a 2A petition, that's a spouse of a permanent resident or child under 21 of a permanent resident. You look at the visa bulletin. Sometimes those become current faster than the 2-year period. If that's the case, then you can notify immigration and say, look, under the visa bulletin, this category is current, adjudicate and approve this petition, okay? Again, it's a simple inquiry to USCIS, the place where they're adjudicating your petition. Make sure you put the service center number. Let's pull up that I-130 again. You see here on the upper left-hand side, IOE, that is the service center number. That's what you always want to put on your correspondence with USCIS. Okay, that's the number they go by. That's the number of the service center that's adjudicating your petition. Generally, if you have a marriage petition and you enter the country illegally, you can't adjust in the US. Well, if you have a family member, your spouse or your child is in the military, guess what? You can get a parole in place. You're legal. Now you can change your status and adjust in the United States. Immigration just updated their link on parole in place. I put a link in the description box here. You can go to it. It's good stuff. It tells you how to file this parole in place. Generally, depending on the jurisdiction, it takes different times to adjudicate that parole in place, but this link is good. It tells you what you need to do. how you qualify, and where to file your parole in place. That has really saved my clients a lot of time and money in getting stuck at the U.S. consulate overseas and having to file a waiver application, etc. Parole in place. If your family member's in the military, that may be an option for you. Hey, YouTube family and GN subs, thanks so much for watching GrayLaw TV. Click below, like, and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up, folks. And go to my playlist. We got great content. We have frequently asked questions where I link a video to the questions that are asked most often. You can get some really good information, all right? Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.